Hello. This is weird. I don't usually film from this angle, from this side of the... This is a wrestle. Wrestling. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. What am I... Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Evolution is a mystery that it will never see. I don't really know why I'm filming this. I don't really know what I even have to say. I don't really have anything to say. I don't really have an opinion. I don't even remember what the hell pay-per-view this was. Oh yeah, it was Extreme Rules. I honestly have not been watching the WWE since WrestleMania. You know, I mean, it's WrestleMania, and then after that, who gives a shit? You know, there's always a sort of down, not even a down, just a who gives a shit. And plus I've been busy. I've actually been busy. Yeah. So I've just been kind of, you know, forgetting that it's even on. Is amazing. This is like, you know, the first time in many years that I've just fucking been forgetting that wrestling's even on. You know, the few times I did try to watch, I ended up passing out or falling asleep. So I didn't even know what was going on going into this pay-per-view. I haven't been watching at all. And it turns out, you know, maybe not watching WWE is what you need to do to enjoy a pay-per-view. Because I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good show. I thought every match was great. So maybe that's the secret. Maybe the secret to enjoying the WWE is just not giving a shit whatsoever and not even watching the week-to-week of their banal, uninteresting, idiotic programming. That's the secret. Just don't care, and the pay-per-views will be fun. The first match was on the pre-show, and it was Bad News Barrett versus Neville. I hate the fact that they call him Neville now. What this weird policy of like getting rid of people's first names. It's Adrian Neville. What's wrong with that? Now he's just Neville. Neville by itself is not a cool name. It's like the name of a sick kid. You know, it's... I mean, shit. When I think of Neville, when my generation thinks of Neville, we think of Neville Longbottom. And yeah, he got pretty hunky near the last movie. And yeah, you know, there are some fan theories that he might have been the true chosen one. But that's all irrelevant. The point is that for most of the series, he was a fat, scrubby nerd. So when my generation hears the name Neville by itself, we picture a fat, scrubby nerd. It's just one of those names. But that's just my generation. Just us goddamn millennials. Vince McMahon doesn't understand that about us. So to him, I guess just plain Neville by itself is a cool name. What's wrong with Adrian Neville? I liked it when his... I'm slobbering. I'm Rick Steiner. I'm the dog-faced gremlin. I'm the dog-faced gremlin. Ruff, 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 ruff. But he's Neville now, and he wears a cape, and he's fucking, who cares? You know, but he's still awesome. Neville is still fucking, woo! He still does the flippy, hoopty shit. So the first match was Bad News Barrett versus Neville. Daniel Bryan is not here. Intercontinental Champion Daniel Bryan, he's dead. He's gone. And guys, Daniel Bryan's done. I think he's fucking done. I mean, shit. He's injured again. And it's like, you know, even if he comes back, it's like, why? Why come back? What's the point now? Where's he gonna go? It doesn't matter. Who cares? But, I mean, it's sad. It sucks. I like Daniel Bryan, but he's fucking done. It's over, guys. He had his moment, and that's great, but fuck it. He's done. He should get out. He should save his fucking health and get out and be like Edge. You know, Edge is like 43 years old, and he has like a whole life ahead of him. He's in like movies and TV shows. You know, Daniel Bryan's only like 35. He's done everything. He should just get out, you know? He's got a whole life to live. He doesn't need to be in there messing his neck up any more than it already is. Look at me. Look at me talking like I know Daniel Bryan's body better than Daniel Bryan. God. Wrestling fans, don't you fucking hate us? But I do fucking cringe every time he does that flying headbutt. That Chris Benoit, I'm gonna kill my family if I keep doing this in 10 years headbutt. Fucking Concussion City, right off the main exit of Suplex City. But anyways, he's gone, so Bad News Barrett fought Neville. And Bad News Barrett is great, and Neville's great. And this was a great match. Flippy shit, you know. Neville's little, but he's really strong. Bad News Barrett is huge, and he's also strong, and they fought. And that was a good match. Wow. This is hardcore analytical content here. You are getting the very best. This is what you pay me for, people. This is, you know, he was little and strong, and he fought a big strong guy, and they had a match. Yeah, I'm smart. Technical wizardry. Mastery of the English language. Hardcore brain. Camera. Action. Goddamn rich cunt! I kill rich cunts! What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me, man? Concussion City is right. The next match was... Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus The New Day. The New Day, thank God, they finally pulled the trigger on The New Day and let them be heel, because the whole thing just was not working, and it took them months, but they finally wrapped their heads around how much it sucked, and they're finally acknowledging it, and so now they've turned them into heels, and they're sort of using it as, like, their gimmick is that they suck, or that no one cares about them, and it's slowly driving them into villainy and madness. So that's fine. But, you know, so The New Day is good now. It sucked so bad because they were trying to get them over as good guys, and it just wasn't working because they sucked shit. But now that they have acknowledged that and are letting them play to it, it's good. So The New Day is good now, as far as I'm concerned. But the thing that I still hate about them is that now they're doing this thing where the crowd is chanting, "New Day sucks. New Day sucks." And so they start clapping. You know, they start the chant. Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston, they go, and the crowd comes in. New Day sucks. New Day sucks. And then they go, New Day sucks. What are they saying? New Day sucks. Stop saying that. New Day sucks. Shut up. New Day sucks. Stop it. Why did you start the clap? If you don't want them to chant, New Day sucks, then don't do this. New Day sucks. New Day sucks. New Day sucks. Why are they saying that? It's like, I don't get it. Why does Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston or Big E, why do they start the clap when they know what, what the crowd chants to the clap? Doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. I hate it. But whatever. Who cares? Tyson Kidd and Cesaro are both great. Cesaro's been great forever. Tyson Kidd's great. I'm liking them. I like this. I really like the Cesaro and Kidd tag team with Natalya. Like the Beats by Dre headphones and just acting like these pompous douches. But like pompous douches who think they're really hip and cool. And they're both also really good wrestlers. But, you know, it's working. You know, once again, Cesaro making chicken salad out of chicken shit and getting himself over. And we'll see how long before the company puts the kibosh on that. Just like they put the kibosh on every other fucking successful gimmick that Cesaro's ever had. The fucking Real Americans and the Giant Swing. Anytime Cesaro starts doing anything that people start responding to, they get rid of it. They tell him, you can't do that anymore. And then they go, why doesn't Cesaro connect with the audience? Because we're a bunch of millennials and we only care about Neville Longbottom. But they're fucking fighting, and this was like the best match of the whole night. And, you know, who would have thought? Because, for one thing, tag matches bore the shit out of me most of the time. And for another thing, it's the fucking New Day. But the New Day is finally interesting now. And this fucking match was amazing. Yeah. Oh, I want to go back to the Neville and Bad News Barrett match, because one thing really pissed me off in this match. Neville and Bad News Barrett. There was a part where, like, Neville caught Bad News Barrett, and he fucking deadlifted him up and suplexed him. You know, this is like a 5'5" guy, like, deadlifting a guy who's 6'8", and, like, lifting him overhead. It was like this amazing display of strength. And Michael Cole didn't say shit about it. Like, the commentators did not sell this at all. They were just like, oh, there's a suplex by Neville. What the fuck? I could have called that shit better. I was calling it better. In my head, watching it, I was thinking, oh, look at that, that's pretty cool. And even that would have been a better play-by-play call of the action than Michael Cole was capable of. But anyways, yeah, back to the New Day, Tyson Kidd, Cesaro. That was great. Awesome match. It was like they were just fucking flying everywhere, throwing each other. Cesaro was deadlifting people. Cesaro fucking caught Big E. Big E is like 5,000 pounds of elephant, and he lifted him, you know. Big E is like a human steak. He's just like 50,000 pounds of pure sirloin, and he comes flying, and Cesaro grabs him out of the air, and he just fucking, I'm fucking Cesaro! I'm as strong as a dozen moose! Boom! And that was great. So that was the best match. And then the next match was Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. I guess these guys have a feud or something. They fought... Oh yeah, they did the, they had a Chicago street fight match. And I laughed because it's like, you know, usually when two wrestlers have a street fight, you know, part of the gimmick of it is that they leave the trunks at home and they come to the ring in like jeans and street clothes, right? That's part of the gimmick of a street fight. But Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose both just wear jeans and a tank top in all of their matches anyways. That's their regular attire. So does that mean all their matches are street fights? No, that's ridiculous. But this was a street fight, and so they fought, and the match, they were fighting, throwing punches, throwing fisticuffs. And they went backstage and fought, and then they got in a car and they zoomed off, and that was so the match was still going on, but they both ended up in a car fighting and drove off in this Jeep. So it was sort of like they were doing the Goldust versus Roddy Piper thing from years and years ago, where like there was a match at WrestleMania where Goldust fought Roddy Piper in a street fight. And it was right around the time that the OJ trial was going on. So they did a thing where like Hot Rod like ran off in a fucking car, No, Goldust ran away, and Roddy chased after him in a fucking. It was like a white Bronco. So they did the camera footage from like up in the sky to sort of mimic the OJ chase. And then they eventually, like later in the pay-per-view, found their way back to the arena and finished the match in the ring. So that was cool. So as soon as you see them drive off Luke and Dean, you sort of, okay, they're doing the Goldust thing. They're going to come back later. So that was cool. And then after that, there was a Divas match, and I don't fucking give a shit. I keep saying it. I will take the Divas seriously when the WWE takes the Divas seriously. And that is never going to happen because the WWE barely takes their male wrestlers seriously, let alone the catty bitches division. That's what it ought to be called because that's what a diva is, right? You hear the word diva, you think catty bitch, and that's what their characters are. That's what they're portrayed as. There are no heels and faces in the women's division of WWE. They're just a bunch of catty bitches who fight and scream and kick each other and pull each other's hair for no reason. So they should just call it the catty bitches division. They're not women wrestlers. It's not a women's belt. They don't care, and I don't care. Fuck every Divas match. The only cool thing about it was that Naomi had fucking light up shoes. Neon light up shoes. I think it was Naomi. It could have been Cameron. I can't tell Cameron and Naomi apart. It's like a Jimmy and Jay Uso thing. And I think they're actually dating Jimmy and Jay Uso, so it's like even more double vision. Even... Is that double vision? I don't even know that song. John Cena fought Rusev again, only this time it was a Russian chain match, where they're chained together with a big chain, and they've got to drag the other guy's carcass and hit all four corners in order to win. This was a pretty good match. And, they beat each other up with the chain. They did some interesting things where there was one part where, Rusev threw John Cena over the top rope, and then he went under the rope, and then he sort of pulled the chain and lifted John Cena up like a pulley so that John was, dangling, and then he kicked John a bunch of times in the body. He kicked him in the body. He kicked him in the body. I'm going to have a bruise. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Norm Macdonald. Ah, shit. What was the next match after that match? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, it was Roman Reigns versus The Big Show. Shit. This was like the other best match of the night. Roman Reigns, I'm over it. I'm over the whole hating Roman Reigns thing. It's, hating Roman Reigns is so last year. I've moved on to fucking hating Kane and The Big Show now, I guess, or something. But, this match was fucking awesome. And all of Roman Reigns' matches, his last few matches have been awesome. His last two big matches. His match with Daniel Bryan was great. His match at Mania with fucking Brock was great. And this match against The Big Show, who nobody even wants to watch The Big Show. But this match was fucking great. And here's how you know it was a great match. This was a fucking Chicago crowd, okay? The fucking people in Chicago are like the loudest, smarkiest wrestling crowd there is. They fucking do not give a shit about The Big Show. And they definitely do not give a shit about Roman Reigns. They're like second only to like Pittsburgh or Philly. I think like Philly and Chicago are tied as the cities that would most likely boo the ever-loving shit out of Roman Reigns. And here's how you know it was a good match, because by the end of the match, people were fucking cheering for Roman Reigns. And this is Chicago. It's the smarkiest fucking city on the planet, and they were cheering for Roman Reigns. So good for him, I guess. He's gonna get over. He's gonna start getting more over again now that they didn't put the strap on him. If they had him win at Mania, it would have been over for him. He would have never recovered, and they saw that, obviously. Yeah, now that we know that he fucking lost that match, then it's okay if he gets pushed to the fucking moon and and wins every match for a while. You know, as long as he's the push down our throats is not quite as agonizing as it once was. There's some water now. We have some water now to help us swallow the Roman Reigns pill. So it's fine. And, you know, I'm over hating him. You know, Roman Reigns is cool as shit. If I fucking met Roman Reigns right now, if he was sitting next to me on this couch, I'd say, "Hey, Roman Reigns." Yeah! And I'd fist bump. We'd fist bump. Believe that! So this match was fucking awesome, you know? Roman Reigns went through tables. Then they went through more tables. And then Roman Reigns did a thing where he speared the Big Show off of the announce table onto the other announce table. And that, like, the crowd went apeshit for that. That was, like, the moment where, like, the crowd, like, you could audibly hear, like, the split second where the crowd decided, we like Roman Reigns now. It was, like, Roman Reigns, like, Big Show was standing on the announce desk, and Roman Reigns fucking, like, wha-boom, and he fell, kersplow, and the crowd is just like, yeah, Roman Reigns, woohoo! And then Roman fucking, it was a last man standing match, so it's like you had to win by the other guy being knocked out for 10 seconds. So like, and then Roman he picked up the other announce table and he put it over the Big Show. And I always laugh at this because in the WWE, things always weigh as much as you need them to weigh. Any other episode of Raw, someone can fucking lift the announce desk and fucking chuck it, because the thing's made of fucking cardboard. Any other episode, they could just like lift it with one hand, but because this is the finish of the match now, and because they need it to be heavy, now Roman is like struggling to lift it up like fucking Superman, and he puts on the Big Show, and you can totally see, the fucking thing's hollow, it's made out of fucking cardboard and bubble wrap, and it's fucking barely hanging off the Big Show. Like, he could fucking flex his thigh muscles, and it would go flying. But because this is the finish of the match, he has to fucking lay there and pretend like, oh god, it's so heavy, I can't possibly get up! And then Roman Reigns stands on it to make it even more heavier, and he fucking, yeah! Roman Reigns! Roman Reigns! Roman Reigns! New day sucks. New day sucks. You get the... oh yeah, after that, they were backstage again. Did I even talk about the John Cena Rusev match? Who even won? Oh yeah, John Cena won the Rusev match. I don't remember. Who cares? Anyways, they go backstage, and it's the New Day. The New Day is giving an interview because the New Day beat Cesaro and Kid. So they're the new tag team champions. So the New Day is like, we did it! We're the tag champions! We are the champions! We're the best! We're great! Everybody! We are great! We are great! New Day sucks! New Day sucks! Why are they saying that? We are... It's a fucking... So they're doing that. And then all of a sudden the interview gets crashed because that fucking car comes back. The car with the Dean Ambrose and the Luke Harper comes back. It crashes the interview. And fucking Luke Harper gets thrown out of the car. And Dean Ambrose jumps off of the car. And they fight. So then Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose are fighting again. And they fight back all the way to the ring. And they finish the match, and they do some stupid spot with chairs or whatever. I don't give a shit. But the match is over, and I think Dean Ambrose won. I don't even fucking remember. But the point is, after that, the last match of the night, I think, was Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton in a cage. And this was the only match. I didn't even fucking pay attention to this match. God, there's a lot to talk about this match. First of all, Seth Rollins is not using the curb stomp anymore for some reason. Some people are saying it's banned. Some people are saying it's unconfirmed that it's banned. But either way, that sucks. The curb stomp is like the coolest move ever. I don't know. Maybe they just took it away to, like, give him another finisher and then save the curb stomp to be, like, his super finisher that he only busts out once in a while that no one can get up from. Sort of like what they do with Randy Orton's punt. You know, Randy Orton has the RKO that kills everyone, but he also has the punt to the head, and the punt, like, ends careers. So maybe they're trying to take away the curb stomp and sort of make it like a career killer type move that he only busts out once. And that's fine, I guess, but I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the curb stomp. But so they fight, and the thing about this match is I fucking hate cage matches. Cage matches are shit in the WWE. Here's what cage matches used to be. Back in the old days, when wrestling still had some fucking small inkling of logic to it, you know, when they actually fucking cared about people's suspension of disbelief, the purpose of a cage match was that the heel keeps running away from the babyface and keeps, like, you know, sneaking off, and, you know, he won't fucking stay and fight like a man. So a cage match, you're in a fucking cage. You can't get out now. You know, or if, like, the heel has people who come in and help him. Well, you're in a cage now. Nobody can come and help you. Eventually, at some point, the cage match turned into this... It had this new rule added to it where, like, the stipulation was, in order to win a cage match, you have to climb over it and escape the cage. So, like, the whole point of the match is so that the guy can't escape, but now they've made it so that the way to win it is to escape the cage. So, okay, fine. In the old, so, you know, they would have matches where they'd have to fucking climb over the cage. But then they started, like, having, like, there's also a door to the cage. So you can climb over the cage, and you can also escape via the door. So is it even really a fucking cage now? Hardly. It's an enclosure, sure, but there's like a million ways out of it. And then they said, okay, you can climb over the top, and you can go out of the door, and you can also win by pinning the other guy. So it's just a fucking regular match. There's no point to the cage anymore! And, you know, so... And then they've got people coming in the door all the time and interfering in the match. And if people can just walk in the door and interfere with the match anyways, then what's the point of the cage? Who's it keeping out? Who's it keeping in? Nobody! The WWE has ruined cage matches completely. They're utterly meaningless. All a cage match is in today's day and age, it's just a regular match with a big stupid fence around it so you can see it worse. So they fucking... Ah! So they're in this gay cage match, and oh yeah, the other stipulation is that Randy Orton can't use the RKO. Or, no, that's not even it. The stipulation is that the RKO is banned, and that's an important distinction. The RKO is banned for this match. So what happens in the match? J&J Security walk right through the door and interfere in the match. And then Kane walks right through the door and interferes with the match. So what's the point of the cage? There's no point to the fucking cage. So they're all fighting. And, so the twist is that Seth Rollins beats Randy Orton by RKOing him. And it's sort of, you know, and I guess it was supposed to be like, ha ha, Randy, I outsmarted you. You can't use your RKO, but I used your RKO on you. Take that. I'm guessing that's what it's supposed to be. But the stipulation was not Randy cannot use the RKO. The stipulation was the RKO is banned. So Seth Rollins should have been disqualified. Randy should be the champion, right? He used the RKO. You're not supposed to... It didn't say specifically Randy. It said the RKO is banned! I'm losing it. I'm going full nostalgia critic right now. I can't believe this fucking happened! It's been a long couple of weeks for me, people. Oh, man. It's just fucking silly. Just fucking... It's wrestling, man. It's Vince McMahon's wild ride. And the ride continues, and the beat goes on.
Believe that.